Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Allison, and I'm here today to take you through a really great practice that I like to do on Sundays. Sundays for me are a day where I really prepare myself mentally, physically, in the home space, as well as internally for the week ahead. And I do this by being productive in some way, so getting something done that I'm not able to do perhaps during the week, as well as going inward and doing a really juicy, calming yoga practice. Typically, I do yin, and I'll do some writing and just really do whatever I can, whatever is calling to offset those Sunday scaries. So, this is a really swift practice. 10 minutes is all we'll be here. And I encourage you to give it a try, especially in that golden hour between daytime and evening on a Sunday. It's really great to just set yourself up for the evening, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're with family or friends or on your own, doing something really cozy and chill, and just get you set up for the week ahead. So let's dive in. Put your hands together, give them a bit of a rub, just reminding yourself that you're here, that life is good. It's good to be alive. It's good to be warm in our homes. And pressing your hands together in Anjali Mudra, let's just close our eyes together for a brief moment. Inhaling through your nose, out through your mouth. Just a few times more. Settling into this time, this moment. That's just about you, setting you up for success for the week ahead and all the ways in which success can be defined. Gently opening up your eyes. Let's start with our first pose, which is how I like to begin most of my practices, and that is in extended child's pose. So big toes together, knees as wide as the yoga mat. And let's crawl our arms out to the front, allowing your head to fall to the mat. Closing your eyes if that feels good to you. And noticing whatever comes up. Perhaps you have some soreness in your back, your shoulders, your hips. If you do, adjust in a way that you feel comfortable. And then just let yourself breathe and sink into the pose, allowing the floor to support you. Breathing gently. Noticing what thoughts are coming up about the week ahead. Do you feel stressed or overwhelmed? And if you do, that's okay. Our modern lives are quite full and busy. But perhaps as you notice those thoughts, think about something that you're looking forward to this week. Reminding yourself, reminding your brain that it's not all work, that there is joy to be found, joy to be had, joy to be created. Taking one last gentle breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then feel your forehead gently lifting up off the mat. And as you do, walking your palms slowly back underneath your shoulders, rising up into tabletop pose. Starting with your right leg, just extend it back, give it a little stretch, rocking back and forth. Just a few times. And then lifting your right leg up in the air and bringing it forward. Knees come in between the palms into your swan, as we call it in yin, or your pigeon pose. Now it's up to you. If you would like, you can stay up if that feels good to you. Really trying to spread evenly through the hips, so not allowing yourself to rock too much onto that left side, keeping the weight distributed evenly, pressing down on the right hip. I'm going to do sleeping swan, really allowing my body to rest. So coming down onto the forearms, and you can rest your forehead on your right forearm, propped up on top of your left, or allow them both to just come flat to the mat, low as you go. This is a really excellent stretch for the back body as well as the hips, but it can be intense. So if you need to, you can modify by bringing your knee closer in to the center. Don't worry about keeping your leg squared to the front of the mat if that doesn't work for you. And just letting your head fall down, rounding down. 3 easy breaths, surrendering to the support of the ground beneath you. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Pressing into your forearms, lifting yourself back up onto the palms of your hands. And you can bring your right leg back into that neutral tabletop position, setting yourself up on the other side. So we extend our left leg back, toes pressing into the ground. Just allow yourself to rock back and forth a bit, enjoying the stretch of the calf, palms directly underneath the shoulders. And then we stretch the left leg up, back, and through into our swan on the other side. So adjusting here, modifying, you'll notice that my leg does not go square to the front of the mat. Everybody's anatomy is different, so we're not chasing a perfect shape. We're just looking for that really juicy, yummy stretch as we come back down to the ground. Forehead resting on the floor, on your forearms stacked, whatever is comfortable. 3 easy breaths here. And as you lift your forehead back up, palms pressing into the earth, coming back to our tabletop position. You can sit back on your heels, swinging your legs around to the front. And here is where we will come into our final pose of today, my favorite pose of all time, legs up the wall. So what you want to do is scoot your bum as close as you can to whatever wall you can find that's closest to you. And as you come down onto the floor, just walk your legs up. They can be together, they can be wide apart, and really your arms can rest however you want. If you'd like a deeper stretch, putting them up overhead or coming into cactus arms. If you want a deeper stretch in the hamstrings, you're going to bring your buttocks closer to the wall. I like to leave a little bit of space and really focus on getting a bit of stretch in my hamstrings, but also closing that gap between my low back and the floor. I find that my low back always needs a little bit of extra love. So settling in here, letting your arms rest however feels good to you. The idea is to let the wall and the floor completely support you so that your legs feel almost weightless. We're here for just a minute, maybe two. And as you rest in this pose that is so supportive to the body, the mind, to the nervous system, even to the heart, I encourage you to think of one intention that you can set for yourself for the week ahead that allows you to be excited, perhaps have a positive perspective shift in whatever it is that you have coming up that perhaps up until this moment you've been feeling nervous about, that you've been feeling overwhelmed or stressed about. Just think of one thing that you can either shift or add that brings you a sense of happiness, joy, excitement, peace, comfort, whatever it is that you need. Starting to deepen your breath. Perhaps give your toes, your fingers a little wiggle. Stretching your arms up overhead if that feels good to you. And slowly walking your feet back down, pressing them against the wall. Coming on to your right side, just taking a moment, cradling your head before we rise up. Coming back to seated on the mat. And before we close our practice, I will invite you, as always, to get your notebook. It can be just for 30 seconds right now. You could take 5 or 10 minutes after the video is done. And just write down what came through to you. What is one thing that you can do to shift or add to your week ahead, to get excited about, to look forward to, and then perhaps adding in one baby step that you can take to get there. Okay, arms coming up overhead into a beautiful big rainbow arch. Palms touch, coming back down to the heart where we started our practice today. One deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I thank you so much for taking the time for yourself to set you up for the week ahead, to bring yourself perhaps a little bit of self-care, comfort, peace. Namaste. Thanks so much, everyone, for checking out this video. I hope that it was helpful to you in some way. And if it was, I'd love to hear your feedback. Please leave me a comment below, or you can always check out my website in the notes below and email me. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you. Thank you again. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Namaste.